Welcome back to One Good Life. In this channel, we draw insights from modern science and ancient wisdom that can help us live a happy and meaningful life. Today, I'd like to start talking about the breath and breathing exercises. Breathing is one of the only vital processes that we can easily control. We know that our emotions, our moods affect our breath. For instance, when we are stressed, we tend to have shorter breath, and when we are calm, our breaths, and especially the exhalations, are lengthened. We also know that we can control our emotions with our breath. By regulating our breath, we can affect how we experience the world, how we approach different situations that emerge in our lives. We can talk about breathing exercises from the perspective of modern science. There are exercises that have been designed in modernity to help us de-stress, wind down, but humanity has been focusing on breath for a long time. For instance, the discipline of yoga places a very strong focus on breath work, and it even makes it one of the core 8 limbs of the practice, often referred to as pranayama. Yoga, for instance, proposes 8 different components, different perspectives and aspects of our practice that together will give us the whole yoga experience. Pranayama, breath practice, comes after asana, which is the physical practice, the component of yoga which you probably are the most familiar with, and the one you think of when you hear about yoga. However, in yoga, asana, the physical poses, are a prerequisite, a pre-component that moves us further along the eightfold path, and the one immediately following it is pranayama, breathing. Yoga places the body, the mind and the breath as 3 key components that all relate to each other. The idea is that by starting with the poses, we will quiet and ground our body, and we can then move on to seating breathing poses. However, aligning movement with breath is also a key component of the physical aspect of yoga as well. If you want to learn more about the full proposition of the discipline of yoga, head to this video where I describe what the Yoga Sutras are and their author, sage Patanjali, who lived at some point around the turn of the Common Era. And you can also check out my videos on the first 2 limbs of yoga, the yamas, which are the recommended avoidances, and the niyamas, which are the recommended observances. Today I'd like to introduce a yogic breathing exercise called Alternate Nostril Breathing, Nadi Shodhana in Sanskrit. In this exercise, we will be blocking our left and right nostril to guide the air in and out through alternate paths. To block our nostrils, we will use our fingers. So we can start by creating a hand gesture, also called mudra. This one I'm going to show you is called Vishnu mudra, and you achieve it usually with your dominant hand, which for me is my right hand. And for these, I just lower my point and middle finger and leave the other ones out and relaxed. The idea is that I will be blocking my right nostril with my thumb and my left nostrils with my last 2 fingers. When doing this, it's recommended that we lift our arm so that we don't feel suffocated and warm up the facial area too much. When I think of this breath, the image that comes to mind is like creating a rainbow and then reversing it, starting from the left nostril and coming back to the left nostril, which is one cycle. So let's start by finding a comfortable seat, grounding up through our sit bones and growing with our spine. Letting the crown of the head rise high, shoulders back and relaxed. With all pranayama exercises, we are aiming for our breath to be long, smooth and subtle. We can start with more audible, loud breathing, but the goal is to come back to a more silent way of breathing. Let's come back to Vishnu Mudra if you are not still there, and let's block our right nostril. Let's inhale through our left nostril, close our left nostril, pause, and block our right nostril. Exhale through our right nostril. Staying there with our hands. This time we inhale through the right nostril, we block, and we unblock the left nostril and exhale through there. That's one cycle. Let's do another cycle together. Inhale through left nostril, pause, exhale through right nostril. Inhale through right nostril, pause, exhale through left nostril. Let's do 5 more rounds in your own time, trying to lengthen the breath, especially the exhalation, more and more with each cycle. The goal is to quiet your mind and focus your mind on the breath. Let's do 3 more at your own pace, finishing up with the exhalation on the left nostril. Let's finish up with 3 inhalations and exhalations at your own pace, using both nostrils. This is a great breathing exercise to do before sleeping, to ground yourself and regain some balance after closing up your activities for the day. I like doing it when I'm lying down in bed before doing some reading and then sleeping, and I try not to use my phone anymore after I finish my breathing exercise. The discipline of pranayama within yoga has so many different variations of this exercise and many others. There are some for grounding and calming down, and there are also yogic breathing exercises for energizing and warming the body. Some that are typically done while sitting, and some that go really well with the asanas or yoga poses, linking breath and movement always in yoga. Those two are intertwined together with the mind. Thank you for joining me today. Let me know in the comments how you're feeling after the exercise, without any judgment or thinking that you should be feeling in a certain way. Just allow yourself to be in your body and notice how you're living today's practice. I'd like to hear from you down below. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe so we can stay in touch, practice more together, and so that you can join me in my journey to become a certified yoga teacher. Good night.